I'm working a 9 to 5 right now, and my life is just not my own. I calculated it, and I get 104 days out of the 365 days every year to myself to do with as I choose. The other 261 days out of the year belong to my job. Sorry not to sound ungrateful right now, but I start work at 8. I get an hour to eat lunch at noon. And if I'm done eating, after 25 minutes, I sit and I wait to go back into work. I get off at 5. I drive through rush hour traffic, and I get home at 6 p.m. I have about 4 hours to shower, wash my clothes if needed, eat dinner, socialize, and maybe relax for a little bit, and then it's time to go back to bed. You gotta get to bed because you gotta get good sleep and get to work tomorrow. And I do that 5 days in a row out of my 7 days that I get in a week in this life. 5 out of 7. Play out just like that. If I keep going for the next 25 years and I retire at 65, out of 40 years, let's say I work a 9 to 5 from the age of 25 to 65, that's 40 years. My job gets 28 years. If I work for the next 40 years like this, then I'll get 11 years to myself, and the remaining 28 will go to my job. And this is so that I can afford to live. I basically am living to work right now, and the reason that I'm describing my life is because it's like the life of so many other people. And I just find it wild. I just find it maddening that this is how life is for most people. Meanwhile, things are getting more and more expensive. So not only am I giving up, 5 out of 7 days every week, I'm giving up to somebody else so that they can make millions of dollars. They can profit. They can stuff their pockets and escape the rat race. I'm giving up my body, my time, my intellect, my creativity, my individualism, myself, whatever gifts God may have given me, whatever skills that I possess, may they be soft or hard skills, I'm giving them up. I'm giving them to somebody else so that they can make money. Meanwhile, they could literally let me go at any time and my livelihood would be gone. How am I ever going to have money to buy things in full if I'm just scraping by? So then you have to, if I want anything, if my tire goes flat, if something happens with my car, I'm literally afraid that I can't pay for it. So then I have to buy a credit card or whatever, use a credit card. And then now I'm paying a credit card company. And, it's like the same people, the same handful of companies that own like everything. They also control interest rates, and I don't know, like I'm not gonna pretend to be like an expert on this thing, but I just know that after the pandemic and everything going on, it's just so obvious to me how this 9 to 5 life was never meant for the people. It was always meant for the handful of people that are profiting off of everyone. If you're working a 9 to 5, then you're not alone. I'm with you. I'm struggling. but I'm doing it. But if you have any sort of skill, any sort of talent, anything that you know how to do that could possibly, like, indirectly or directly make you money, just do it. Just see what comes out of it, even if it's for fun at first. Just explore that option, because it's really sad that a lot of people will retire at 65 or 70, and it's like they were a whole individual that was, like, born out of, like, the cosmos. Like, you literally are made out of star stuff. And they worked in an office for 25, 30 years. And now they're, you know, towards the end of their life, and, like, they never actually got to discover who they were and what they could bring to this world. And I think that's really sad. Odds are, you guys have something that this world can use. Because if you didn't, I don't know. I think because if you didn't, then you wouldn't be here. You were put here for a reason, and it wasn't to fill anyone else's pockets. You were given the gift of life. And I don't think anybody that has been given the gift of life should live 70% of their life just to be able to eat. So go follow whatever passion you have. Go explore any avenue you have been wondering about. Go create something. Even if it's bad at first. You are worth so much more than a butt in a chair at a desk. I think the fear of losing myself and never discovering who I can actually be, that I'm so much more afraid of that than, I don't know, being a starving writer or something. It's another thing, like, the weekend. It's like the weekend is like, okay, you get Saturday. Saturday's like a day off that you get, and it's like today's Saturday, so I'm just filming this because I wanted to get it out, but, like, it's the only free day. It's like your only free day. And then Sunday, it's like, by Sunday around like 5 or 6, it's basically any other work day, because it's just like the night before. It's like a school night, and it's just like, gotta get ready for the week. So I feel like you really only have Saturday. But anyways, you guys get my drift. Just wanted to get that out there, that you guys aren't alone if you're working a 9 to 5. But if you have any sort of skill, and even if you haven't figured out what that is yet, try something. Because discovering who you really are and what you really can bring to this world, even if it takes you years to find out, I'd rather be, 10 years from now having kind of, perfected a skill or something and maybe making a little bit of money off of it and starving on my own terms, rather than sitting at the same desk wondering what if. I'll leave it at that. Peace.